Hello, I welcome to UPSC Prelims Chaturya series of SHANTHA LAKSHMI IAS Academy, where we will discuss the daily Prelims MCQs from the Hindu, Indian Express and PIB. Let's begin. The first question. Consider the following statements with respect to the parliamentary oath. The parliamentary oath is prescribed in the third schedule of the Indian Constitution. MPs can take the oath in any of the 22 languages specified in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. MPs who are in jail can take the oath in Parliament provided they receive permission from the court. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. This was in news recently. The first session of the 18th Lok Sabha began today with newly elected MPs taking oaths as member of the House. About parliamentary oath. The parliamentary oath is prescribed in the third schedule of the Indian Constitution. According to Article 99, every member of the Parliament must take the oath or make an affirmation before taking their seat in the House. Oath emphasizes allegiance to the Constitution, upholding sovereignty and integrity, and faithfully discharging duties. Language of the oath. MPs can take the oath in any of the 22 languages specified in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. This provision ensures linguistic diversity and inclusion in the parliamentary process. Traditionally, a significant number of MPs choose to take their oaths in Hindi or English. Historical evolution. The oath has evolved since the drafting of the Constitution. The draft did not include the invocation of God. However, after discussion in the Constituent Assembly, the option to swear in the name of God was included to respect the faith of the oath takers. The most significant amendment came with the Constitution, 16th Amendment Act 1963, which added the commitment to uphold India's sovereignty and integrity. Procedure for taking the oath. Before taking the oath, MPs must submit their election certificates for verification. This safeguard was introduced after a person falsely posed as an MP in 1957. The first session of new Lok Sabha begins with the pro tem speaker administering the oath to the elected members. MPs must use the name mentioned in their election certificate and strictly adhere to the prescribed text. MPs who are in jail can take the oath in Parliament provided they receive permission from the court. This ensures they do not lose their seat due to absence from the Parliament for 60 days as stipulated by the Constitution. So the answer is all three are correct. Moving to the next question. With reference to the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Program, consider the following statements. It is one of the oldest institutionalized arrangements for international capacity building that have trained officials in both the civilian and in the defense sector. It is administered by the Development Partnership Administration of the Ministry of Defense. Which of the statement given above are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one or two. India has assured its continued support in Africa in the area of training and capacity building through in the recently held India's Africa Postal Leaders Meet. The Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Program, established in 1964, is a flagship initiative of the Ministry of External Affairs. ITEC aims to share India's development experience and expertise with other developing countries, enhancing India's role as a responsible global player. It is administered by the Development of Partnership Administration 2 divisions of the Ministry of External Affairs. ITEC has trained over 2 lakh officials from more than 160 countries in both civilian and defense sectors, making it one of the oldest and largest capacity building program globally. It provides nearly 10,000 fully funded training opportunities through about 400 courses at over 100 premier Indian institutions annually. During the pandemic, ITEC shifted to online platforms, training nearly 10,000 professionals in healthcare and governance-related fields. It offers tailored programs to meet specific requests from partner countries, demonstrating flexibility and responsiveness. So the answer is one only, because it is administered by the Development of Partnership Administration of the Ministry of External Affairs, not Ministry of Defense. Moving to the next question. Consider the following statements with respect to the Iberian lynx. They are found only in the Norway and Sweden. It is the world's most endangered feline species. It is listed under the endangered category in the IUCN Red List. How many of the statements given above are correct? Only one, only two, all three, none. The International Union for Conservation of Nature has recently moved Iberian lynx conservation status from endangered to vulnerable. Iberian lynx have a coat color of yellowish to reddish brown, patterned with many dark brown or black spots of varying size. They are found only in the Spain and Portugal. It is the world's most endangered feline species. Recently, the International Union for Conservation of Nature has moved its conservation status from endangered to vulnerable in its red list. The population of it has increased exponentially from 62 mature individuals in 2001 to 648 in 2022 due to various conservation efforts. Life Links Connect project. It led the conservation actions for the Iberian lynx, called the lynx revival as the greatest recovery of a cat species ever achieved through conservation. The conservation efforts include increasing the abundance of its prey, the endangered European rabbit, protecting and restoring Mediterranean scrub and forest habitat, reducing deaths caused by human activity, translocations, and an extensive breeding program, both of which have been key to increasing numbers. Threats susceptible to diseases from domestic cats, poaching and roadkills, habitat alteration related to climate change. So the answer is only one because they are found only in the Spain and Portugal, not Norway and Sweden. It is listed under the vulnerable category in IUCN Red List, not endangered category. Moving to the next question. Choose correct one with respect to the streptococcal toxic shock syndrome. There is no treatment available for STSS. STSS is caused by group K streptococcus bacteria. Which of the statement given above is are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, neither one nor two. Recently, health officials are concerned about the outbreak of flesh-eating bacteria known as streptococcal toxic shock syndrome in Japan, where almost 1,000 cases have been reported nationwide. About this syndrome causes, STSS is a rare but severe bacterial infection caused by group A streptococcus bacteria. It occurs when these bacteria enters deep tissues and the bloodstream, releasing toxins that cause a rapid and dangerous response in the body. Transmission, while it is a rare for someone with STSS to spread the infection to others directly, less severe infections with group A strep can progress to STSS if untreated. Symptom STSS starts with initial symptoms like fever, chills, muscle aches, etc. Preventing STSS involves practicing good hygiene like washing hands regularly and covering your mouth while you cough and sneeze. Treating STSS involves giving strong antibiotics through an effort to kill the bacteria. Patients also receive fluids to stabilize their blood pressure and help their organs work properly. In severe cases, surgery might be needed to remove infected tissues and prevent further problems. So the answer is 2 only because there is a treatment available for STSS. Moving to the next question. Which organization recently released the State of Global Air 2024? Option A, World Health Organization. Option B, United Nations Environment Program. Option C, World Bank. Option D, Health Effect Institute. Air pollution is the second leading global risk factor for death for the 2024 State of Global Air Report by the Health Effects Institute and UNICEF. It causes non-communicable diseases like heart diseases and lung cancer with 8.1 million deaths in 2021. India and China accounted for 64% of the global air pollution disease burden. In 2021, air pollution caused 1,69,400 child deaths in India and 2,37,000 chronic obstructive pulmonary disease deaths. So the answer is option D, Health Effects Institute. Thank you. This is the today's session.